Emily Carter had everything money could buy. A luxury mansion in Los Angeles, expensive cars, a life filled with comfort, power, and privilege. But behind all that wealth, she was alone. Not the kind of loneliness you can fix with parties or attention, but the kind that slowly eats you from the inside. Every night, she would sit by her window, looking outside, watching a small, ordinary house next door. That house had something she didn't, a normal life. And one day, she noticed him, Ryan Blake. At first, he looked like just another guy. Simple clothes, confident posture, a calm, controlled presence. But Ryan wasn't ordinary. He was watching her, studying her, learning everything about her life, her routine, her habits, her emotions. Because to him, Emily wasn't a person, she was an opportunity. And Ryan Blake was a predator. It started with something small, a simple accidental meeting, a perfectly timed moment, a conversation that felt natural but was carefully planned. From that moment on, Ryan slowly entered her life, first as a stranger, then as a friend, and eventually as something much deeper. He made her feel seen, something no one had ever truly done before. He listened to her. He understood her. He said all the right things at all the right moments. He became the one person she trusted completely. And for Emily, that trust meant everything. Because she had spent her entire life surrounded by people who wanted her money, her status, her name. But Ryan seemed different. He made her believe that he loved her for who she was, not what she had. But that belief was the biggest mistake of her life. As time passed, Emily fell deeper. Her world slowly started revolving around him. Her happiness, her emotions, her sense of security, all tied to Ryan. And Ryan knew that. He knew exactly how much control he had over her, and he used it. It started with a story, a dream about building something big, a business that could change his life, a future that he painted so perfectly that Emily couldn't help but believe in it. And without hesitation, she decided to support him. At first, it was small, a little financial help, something that felt harmless. But slowly, that support grew from thousands to hundreds of thousands and eventually to millions. And with every dollar she gave him, Ryan got closer to what he wanted. Not success, not love, but control. As his life improved, his behavior changed. He became distant, cold, unpredictable. The man who once made her feel special now made her feel uncertain, confused, even guilty. He started ignoring her calls, disappearing for days, breaking promises, and then returning as if nothing had happened. But the worst part wasn't his absence, it was his cruelty. He slowly began manipulating her mind, making her question herself, making her believe she was the problem, that she was too emotional, too demanding, too difficult to love. And Emily, blinded by love, started believing it. Her confidence broke, her identity faded, and piece by piece, she lost herself, until one night, everything changed. Driven by a desperate need for reassurance, Emily decided to see him unannounced, hoping to fix things, hoping to feel that connection again. But what she found was something she could never forget. Ryan wasn't alone. He was with someone else, laughing, relaxed, happy, living a life that Emily had paid for. In that moment, time stopped. Her heart dropped, her body froze, and reality finally hit her. everything had been a lie. But what came next was even worse. Ryan didn't deny anything. He didn't feel guilty. He didn't even try to hide it. Instead, he revealed his true self. Cold, heartless, cruel. In his eyes, there was no love, no regret, no humanity, only arrogance. In that moment, Emily realized the truth. She was never loved. She was used. She wasn't a partner. She was a resource, a tool, an investment. And once Ryan got what he wanted, he threw her away, without hesitation, without remorse. That night didn't just break her heart, it destroyed her. After that, Emily disappeared. She cut herself off from everything. No social life, no friends, no distractions, just silence and pain. But that pain didn't stay the same. It changed. It grew. It evolved into something darker, something dangerous. Instead of healing, Emily started learning. She studied people, their behavior, their weaknesses, their patterns. She learned about power, control, strategy. She trained her mind to think differently, to feel less, to act with precision. Years passed, and the girl who once believed in love was gone. In her place was someone new, someone stronger, colder, smarter. Emily Carter was no longer a victim. She was a force. Meanwhile, Ryan Blake was thriving. His life was everything he ever wanted: money, status, influence, a lifestyle built on lies, built on manipulation, built on someone else's pain. But success built on deception never lasts, and Ryan was about to learn that. One day, an opportunity appeared. A powerful investor interested in his business, offering a deal that could take him to the next level. It was perfect, too perfect. But greed blinds people. Ryan didn't question it. He didn't hesitate. He accepted. And in that moment, he signed his downfall. Because that investor was Emily. Hidden, calculated, watching from the shadows. And this time, she was in control. What followed wasn't instant. It was slow, precise, painful, exactly how she wanted it. Ryan's business started collapsing. Deals failed. Money disappeared. Trust broke. Every decision he made turned against him. Every step forward pulled him deeper into failure, and he couldn't understand why. Because he never saw her coming until it was too late. Within months, everything he built was gone. His money, his reputation, his power, all destroyed. And finally, he was alone, just like she once was. Then came the message, a simple invitation, an answer to everything. And when Ryan arrived, he saw her, Emily. But not the girl he remembered. This version was unrecognizable. There was no emotion in her eyes, no pain, no weakness, only control, only power, only silence. And in that silence, Ryan understood everything. This wasn't luck. This wasn't coincidence. This was revenge, carefully planned, perfectly executed, and completely deserved. In that moment, Ryan broke, not physically, but mentally, because for the first time, he felt what she felt, helpless, powerless, destroyed. And Emily felt nothing, because the girl who once loved him was gone. All that remained was the consequence of his actions, and as she walked away, leaving him with nothing, one truth remained. Some betrayals don't just hurt, they create something far more dangerous. Because sometimes the victim doesn't stay a victim. Sometimes they come back stronger, colder, and ready to destroy everything.